Don't touch me!
Elena, it's me, Daniel.
No!
It's me, Daniel.
Daniel? Daniel didn't like me. Daniel didn't like me. You didn't like me? You didn't like me, now I don't like you. You didn't like me, now I don't like you.
He jumped out before the car had fully stopped and ran toward her. Elena! She looked up at the sound of her name, and Daniel's world shattered. Her eyes were different, wild, unfocused. There was a manic brightness that had nothing to do with sanity. Elena! She was painfully thin, dirty. Her clothes were rags. But even like this, even broken, she was still Elena. Elena, it's me. It's Daniel. She scrambled backward immediately, fear flashing across her face. Elena, please. I've been looking for you everywhere. I'm so sorry for everything. You say you don't like me, Elena suddenly said, her voice strange and sing-song. Now me, I don't like you. You say you don't like me. Now me, I don't like you. You say you don't like me. Now me, I don't like you. She repeated it over and over and over, rocking back and forth. Daniel felt tears streaming down his face. Elena, please. Let me help you. Let me take you somewhere safe. But every time he stepped closer, she scrambled away, still chanting those devastating words. You say you don't like me. Now me, I don't like you. You say you don't like me. Now me, I don't like you. People were staring. His driver was watching nervously. Sir, maybe we should... No, Daniel said firmly. I'm not leaving her. He tried for over an hour to reach her, but she wouldn't let him get close. Finally, exhausted and heartbroken, he went back to his car. But he didn't leave. He sat there, watching her from a distance, making sure she was safe. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. All he could see was Elena's face, the bright, kind girl he'd known, now trapped in a shattered mind. The next evening, he came back. Same corner, she was there. Elena, he said softly, keeping his distance. You say you don't like me. She started immediately. Now, me, I don't like you. I know I said that, and I was wrong, but she wouldn't listen. This went on for days. Daniel would come in his expensive car, in his nice clothes, and try to talk to her, and she would retreat, terrified, chanting her protective mantra, until Daniel realized she was afraid of who he was now, the wealthy businessman. She didn't trust him. Maybe she couldn't even recognize him through her illness. So Daniel made a decision his family called insane. He went home. He took off his expensive clothes and put on the oldest, most worn-out things he could find. He messed up his hair. He made himself look poor, like her, and he went back. Elena was there, muttering to herself, when she looked up and saw him. For a long moment, she just stared. Then slowly, she smiled. Not the manic grin, but something softer. Now you look like me, she said, and she laughed. Daniel laughed too, even as tears ran down his face. Yeah, I do look like you now. And for the first time in days, she let him sit beside her. That night, Daniel learned where Elena slept, an abandoned half-constructed building. Concrete floors, exposed beams, no walls, no protection. This was where she had been living for over 2 years. They lay on the cold concrete and Daniel's heart broke completely. Elena, he whispered, I'm so sorry for everything. She wasn't listening, just staring at nothing, humming tunelessly. Daniel started humming too, but he was humming their song, that silly radio jingle. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me until the end. Elena went completely still. Slowly she turned to look at him, and for just 1 second, her eyes cleared. She started humming it with him. Tears streamed down both their faces as they hummed together in that abandoned building. When the song ended, Elena whispered, "Daniel?" "Yes. Yes, it's me." "You said you don't like me." "I was wrong." His voice broke. "I was so wrong, Elena. You were the best thing in my life, and I was too blind to see it." But then the clarity faded. Her eyes went distant and she turned away. But still, that was progress. Daniel came back every night for 3 months, dressed like a homeless person every time, brought food, hummed their song, slowly rebuilt trust. Most nights she barely acknowledged him. Some nights she had moments of clarity where she'd cry and he'd hold her hand and apologize endlessly. His family thought he'd lost his mind, but Daniel didn't care. This was where he needed to be. After 3 months, Daniel made a difficult decision. Elena needed professional help, real medical treatment. But if he told her, she'd run. So one night, after she fell asleep humming their song, he called an ambulance. They came quietly, gently lifted her sleeping form. When Elena woke up in the hospital the next morning, she panicked. She didn't recognize the white room, the machines, the IV in her arm. And then she saw him, Daniel, in an expensive suit, clean, looking like the rich man from before. "You!" she screamed. "You say you don't like me. Now me, I don't like you." She tried to get out of bed, becoming frantic. Daniel stood and started humming their song. "Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me until the end." Elena stopped screaming. She looked at him and tears streamed down her face. When the song ended, she whispered, "You said you don't like me." "I did, and I'll regret it every day for the rest of my life. I'm sorry, Elena." She curled up crying, and Daniel took her hand. "I'm here now, and I'm not leaving. Not ever again." Over the following weeks, Elena began treatment, medication, therapy, psychiatric care. It was slow and painful. On bad days, she'd retreat into her mind, reliving traumas. On good days, she'd talk to him. She told him about finding her parents dead, about running, about the 2 years of madness and survival. Everything. "I'm sorry I wasn't there," Daniel said. "I'm sorry I hurt you right before the worst thing happened." "You said you don't like me," Elena said quietly. "I did, but I was wrong about so many things." Elena was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "I need to get better fast. I need to remember who I was. I need to do this mostly by myself." "I'll help you." "No. I need to prove to myself that I'm more than the broken girl who loved you." It hurt, but Daniel understood. "Okay, but I'll be here waiting, supporting you for as long as it takes." Elena was released 3 months later. She went back to university to complete her degree. 2 years late, but determined. Daniel kept his promise. He paid for everything: tuition, accommodation, therapy, but anonymously at first. When she found out, she called him. "You don't have to do this. I know, but I want to. Please, let me help you." There was a long pause. Then she said, "Okay, but I'm paying you back someday." "Elena, Daniel, I'm paying you back. This isn't charity." They started talking occasionally, awkward at first, then easier. She told him about her recovery. He told her about his empty life. She said, "You'll find someone." And he replied, "I already did. I just didn't see her until it was too late." She hung up, but called back the next week. Slowly, they were rebuilding something new. 2 years later, Elena graduated, top of her class. Daniel was there, clapping louder than anyone, crying with pride. After the ceremony, she approached him. "Thank you." For everything. You did this yourself, he said. Months passed. They kept talking, kept slowly healing. Then one evening, there was a knock on Elena's small apartment door. She opened it to find Daniel standing there, not in expensive clothes, just simple ones, looking nervous. Daniel? What are you doing here? He looked at her for a long moment, then he spoke, his voice shaking. Elena, I know I did something terrible to you. I know I hurt you in ways I can never fully make right. But I've waited. I've watched you rebuild yourself into someone even more incredible than before. And I can't. I can't keep pretending that I don't feel what I feel. He knelt down right there in her doorway. I was blind. I was stupid. I chased after girls who never cared while ignoring the only person who ever truly saw me. You were everything real and genuine, and I threw it away. Tears were streaming down his face now. Please, Elena, end my torture. Bring meaning back to my life. Say yes. Say you'll give me a chance to love you the way I should have from the beginning, the way you always deserved. Elena stood there, tears in her own eyes, looking down at this man who had broken her heart, who had unintentionally helped break her mind, but who had also never stopped searching for her, who had slept beside her on concrete floors, who had waited patiently while she put herself back together. Daniel, she whispered. Please, he said again. Please say yes. Elena was quiet for a long moment. Then, slowly, she knelt down in front of him, taking his face in her hands. Yes, she said. And as they held each other, both crying, both healing, their story found its second beginning. Not perfect, but real, and built on a foundation of pain, transformed into something stronger than either of them had ever imagined. 6 months later, they were married, and for the first time in years, Elena hummed their silly jingle. Not in madness, but in joy. So there you have it, viewers. A near perfect love story. God, when? No, remove the madness part, but God, when? What do you guys think about this story? What's the moral lesson here? Have you ever heard of a story like this before? If yes, tell me in the comments. Also, I would like to know where you're watching from. And don't forget to like and subscribe. All of that keeps me going. It makes me so happy whenever I see your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Please do well to do that. It keeps me happy and it gives me the strength I need to keep making more stories. Until next time, bye-bye, lover girls and boys.